صوت يقرأ بين السطور. The death, wounds and defeat you suffered on the day of Uhud, when your army and the army of the idolaters met, was by the permission and decree of Allah, with far-reaching wisdom behind it, to make it clear who truly had faith. And He did this in order to demonstrate who the hypocrites were, when they were told to fight in Allah's path, or to defend their womenfolk and their people. They said, "Had we known that you were going to fight properly, then we would have followed you, but you actually throw yourselves to death." At that moment, they were closer to showing their disbelief than their faith, saying with their tongues what was not in their hearts. Allah knows best what they hide in their breasts, and will repay them accordingly. Those who stayed behind from fighting, and said of their relatives who suffered on the day of Uhud, that if they had done as they said and not gone to fight, then they would not have been killed. Tell them, O Prophet, in reply, to keep death away from themselves when it arrives, if they are telling the truth in their claim that they would not have been killed if they had listened to them, and that the reason they themselves escaped death was because they stayed behind from fighting in Allah's cause. Do not think, O Prophet, that those who have been killed struggling for the sake of Allah are dead. Rather, they are alive with their Lord in His generosity, provided with blessings that we do not know about. They are delighted and rejoicing in what Allah has given them from His grace, and looking forward to meeting their brothers who are still on earth. If they are killed during a similar struggle, then they will receive the same grace as them. There is no fear on them in terms of what awaits them in the afterlife, and no sorrow about any worldly fortunes that passed them by. They rejoice in the great reward that awaits them from Allah, and the increase of great reward, and that Allah does not let the reward of those who have faith go to waste, but repays it completely and increases it. Those who responded to the instruction of Allah and His Messenger when they were called to go out and fight for the sake of Allah, and to meet the idolaters in the battle of Hamra'ul Asad, which followed the battle of Uhud, after they had suffered wounds on the day of Uhud. Their wounds did not stop them from responding to the call of Allah and His Messenger. Those of them who acted nobly and were mindful in following His instructions and keeping away from what He had prohibited will have a great reward from Allah, paradise. صوت يقرأ بين السطور.